going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with a New York Yankee video. Thank you for watching, guys and girls. I really do appreciate it. If you hit the like button, it helps out the video huge. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be live for the Yankees and Astros tonight at about 6:55. Hopefully you'll come by and watch that with me. There's excitement in the Bronx, man. There's excitement in the Bronx. The Yankees with another thrilling victory last night. 7-6 over the Houston Astros. Give up 3 in the first inning. Giancarlo Stanton ties it. Taillon gives up another 3-run homer in the third. Yankees are dead in the water the rest of the game. Then all of a sudden, the ninth inning comes around. First two guys get on. And here's Aaron Hicks, a guy who notoriously has been not clutch for the Yankees. In the last week, this guy's been the most clutch player on the team. One of them, anyway, had the big 3-run double against Toronto. Had the game-winning triple against Tampa Bay. And then, of course, last night, he hits the big game-tying 3-run homer. And, of course, the MVP of the league so far this year, Aaron Judge, gets the game-winning single. Yankees score 4 in the bottom of the ninth after they'd been held to 2 hits the entire game. It went 7-6. The night before, Yankees are down 4-1. Come back and beat Tampa Bay 5-4. These are games the Yankees would have lost last year. These are games that the Yankees would have quit. You know, they would have had no fight. They would have just went out without a whimper. They would have been back in the locker room and collected their paychecks. There is something different about this team. They never quit. They never quit. They never feel they're out of a game. And normally their pitching is keeping them in the game. And even when a guy like Taillon has a bad game, the offense goes out and picks him up. The Yankees have won games this year 2-0, 10-9. 18-4. It doesn't matter. They've come from behind. They've had big leads. They hit home runs. They steal bases. They hit and run. They're getting clutch hits. The beginning of the year, when Michael Kay took what I said in my video about the 98 Yankees, after they'd struggled against the Orioles or the Tigers, I forgot which team it was when I did the video, and I started comparing them to the 98 Yankees and talking about how the 98 Yankees did other things besides hit home runs. I talked about how the 98 Yankees actually hit less home runs than the 2021 Yankees, but they'd scored almost 200 less runs. The 2021 Yankees had scored pretty much 200 less runs than the 98 Yankees. And talked about how the 98 Yankees did little things to win baseball games. I'm not going to put this team into the class of the 98 Yankees yet, but the records are similar. As a matter of fact, this team has a better record at this point through 70 games than the 98 Yankees did. But I'm also not going to get ahead of myself. They have to win in October. This is fantastic. I love watching this team. This team, I never feel they're out of a game. I'll never turn a game off when I'm watching it. Never. I don't care how far behind they are. I always feel like they got a chance to win. And even the 2 games that they've lost in this 10-game stretch, when everybody wants to talk about how, the Yankees ain't playing anybody, Yankees ain't playing anybody tough. Well, I mean, the last 10 games, they played the Rays, the Jays, and the Astros. They're 8-2 against 3 of the best teams in the American League. 8-2, but the Yankees ain't playing anybody. But it doesn't matter. The Yankees got to do it in October. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Of course, I want to continue to beat the Astros. Of course, I want to win every game. But this team is special, man. And they're a lot of fun to watch. There is excitement back in the Bronx. Every night it's a different guy stepping up, whether it's Trevino, whether it's IKF, whether it's Gallo, whether it's Hicks, whether it's LeMahieu, whether it's Stanton, Judge. Of course, it's been Judge all year. Can we just pay Judge? Can the Yankees just pay the damn guy? Just pay him. The guy's having an MVP year. The guy's on pace to break Roger Maris's Yankee record for home runs. The guy's getting big hit after big hit. He's been a Yankee his whole career. Can you pay the guy? Just pay the guy. I don't know what you're waiting for. Stop. Why are the Yankees so hard on their players? They did this to Jeter, too. I don't understand why they do this to their best players, but I do think the Yankees will get something done with Judge, but he's been phenomenal. The pitching staff has been phenomenal. And, you know, I get a lot of, you're gonna apologize to Brian Cashman. No. Brian Cashman doesn't apologize for the Yankees not being in the World Series in the last 13 years. And as good as they've been through 70 games, we haven't won anything yet. I'm excited about this team. I think this team has what it takes to win the whole thing. I do. This isn't a week or 2 week sample size. This is 70 games. This is almost half the year. And they're 52-18. So, yeah, this team is good enough to win the whole thing. Now, will they do it? They have to go out and they have to do that still. So, as good as they are right now, and it's fun to watch, they haven't won anything. So, I'm not going to apologize to Brian Cashman. Brian Cashman hasn't apologized for us not being there since 2009. But I will give credit to Aaron Boone because I think Aaron Boone deserves credit. And I know my guy Pete Simonetti at NYY News has said this. It feels like Aaron Boone's had the opportunity to manage a team where he didn't seem like he was managing the team last year. It seems like a lot of the calls and stuff came from the top because this team wasn't doing these things last year. His team didn't play with confidence. It's almost like they didn't have confidence or belief, or they didn't believe in what they were being told to do, or their approach. Whatever it is, things have changed. I cannot state enough how much getting rid of Gary Sanchez, that lazy slug, helped the morale of this team. Trevino should be the starting catcher in the All-Star game. Not only has Trevino been unbelievable at the plate, clutch, getting big hits, the way he catches the pitchers, the way he frames things, the pitching staff is fantastic. A lot of that has to do with Matt Blake. A lot of it has to do with the pitching staff themselves. But I also believe a lot of it has to do with the way they like to throw to Trevino, the way he catches the ball. You can bounce a slider up there. I know it ain't going to go to the backstop. He's going to make the play. The play he made the other night, the heads-up play he made the other night, picking off Taylor Walls from third base. The game is going to get away from the Yankees against Tampa Bay. Montgomery had nothing. It's the bottom of the fourth. The Yankees are already down 4-1 at this point. Montgomery's behind in the count, 2-0 with the bases loaded. Game could have got away right there. Trevino throws the third, picks off Walls. Yankees come back and win the game. It is little things like that may not show up in the box score, that you may not remember, but it's those plays that turn the entire complexion of a game around and make a team believe that they can win. And the Yankees have won so many of these games that there is no doubt they always believe they can win. Even in the 2 losses that they've had in the last 10 games, they blew an 8-3 lead against Toronto, which is extremely rare. But even then, Rizzo pinch hits, solo homer, makes it 10-9. And Rizzo came up with second and third. Yankees double stole in the 9th inning. And if Rizzo gets a single, we win. Like, I felt like he was going to get a hit. They didn't. But it felt like they were going to do it. Against Tampa the other night, they're down 5-2. Again, they look dead in the water. Marwin Gonzalez hit the 2-run homer. And I swear to God, when Judge came up and pinch hit, I thought the ball was going off of his bat. Like they were that close to tying the game up. They never quit. They never give in. They find ways to win. No team, no lead is safe when it comes to this Yankee team. And it is a lot of fun to watch. There really is. There is excitement back, man. It's the first time in a long time. And I'm talking about even the teams that won 101 and 103 games with Aaron Boone managing. I never felt like they were a World Series caliber team because I felt like they were too much all or nothing. I felt like they relied to the home run way too much. This team can hit home runs, and they're leading the league in home runs as far as I know. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the Yankees have more home runs than anybody in baseball, led by Aaron Judge. Anthony Rizzo has 19 homers. I forgot how many Stanton has, but they got guys that can hit the ball out of the park. But that's not the only way they're scoring runs. And this is why they're winning ball games. They just find a way to do it. That's how you're a good team. That's when you're a good team. When you're finding ways to beat the Astros and coming from behind against Tampa Bay, you're finding ways to win those games. It's going to give you confidence in the postseason that we can beat these teams. And it doesn't matter if they get off to an early lead. Well, last year, Astros would have put 3 runs in the first inning, and you would have said, the game's over. The Yankees ain't going to score any runs. You never get that feeling. A team can put up a 6 spot, and the Yankees can be down 6-0 to the first 4 innings, and I'm going to sit there and go, they're at least going to make a game of this. They may not come back and win it all the way. They may not come all the way back and win, but they're going to make a game of it. They're going to make the other team sweat. They're going to make the other team use their bullpen. They're going to put pressure on the pitcher. They're going to put pressure on the defenders. That's another thing the Yankees have done this year. Gleyber Torres has had a comeback year as well. Gleyber Torres hustles down the line every time. We didn't see this last year. The hustle. Trevino, a couple of times against Tampa Bay, ran down the line as hard as he could and forced an error on Choi. Both of them were key errors because of his hustle. Again, things that don't show up in the box score, these little intangibles. They're the difference between losing ball games and winning ball games. Things that I've screamed about for years that the Yankees don't do properly. They are doing them correctly this year, and you see the difference. Listen, I was wrong about this team. I said this team could finish fourth in this division, right? I completely own that. I said it in my last, when I did the bad take videos. Bad take. I never saw the Yankees being a good team. Well, I shouldn't say a good team. I never saw them being a great team. But I don't care how much of an optimist you were going into this year about the Yankees. There is nobody that could have predicted them to be 52-18 through the first 70 games of this year. Nobody could have predicted that. Hopefully this continues. Just keep doing what you're doing. They're enjoying playing the game. Winning is a lot of fun. You can see they believe in one another. This team genuinely likes playing together. It didn't look like that the last couple of years. But you can tell they like playing baseball. You can tell every day they go out, they have a chance to win. Paul O'Neill talks about in the booth about the 98 Yankees. Every day they went out, they felt like they were going to win. And I swear to God, this team feels that. And you can tell by the way they play the game. And it's a lot of fun to watch. There is excitement back in the Bronx. Just keep it up, Yankees. And again, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm not proclaiming world champions. But this team is good enough to do it. And let's hope that they finish off the job. Got a long ways to go. But I'm going to enjoy the ride. And I hope you Yankee fans do too. It's your boy, Bad Diggity Dizzle. I'll be live tonight for the game. Come by and hang out. And let's go Yankees. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.